All right. Hello, everybody.
Welcome back.
Yes, and welcome to the R&R Ranch Round Up with your host, Stacy and Belle.
It's our new name.
It
We
is
decided
our
on
new
our
name.
name right now.
Well, it was over a course of, I would say, about 4 days that we asked for suggestions.
Yes, but you got suggestions, and we chose the Roundup.
Yep.
Which I don't remember what the...
It was a choice between the Roundup or small talk.
Yeah, and we chose... I think we chose Roundup.
Everybody chose Roundup.
Okay,
I
we
mean, it was
chose
like
Roundup.
68-32.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there was some thought that was given to us about having Martha's name
Yep.
in the title. So then we tossed that out there and said to our fans, why don't you come up with some Martha names, which we received a ton of.
Zillions.
And in the end, doing some research on our own and
Well, I thought that like everything that we have is R&R Ranch. So I thought, okay, it needs to be R&R Ranch, not Martha, even though Martha is
our gal.
our gal, but everything we have is R&R Ranch.
It is.
So
It's
here we are.
the R&R Ranch Roundup, and I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a little tricky. Just anyone who has a hard time with ours, sometimes I do, but
R&R Ranch Roundup.
yeah,
So we might botch it
a little
couple
bit.
times, but that's okay.
That is okay.
It's good. It's good.
So we're back. We
here.
have a
Live audience.
live audience with us today, and so that's kind of fun. We were supposed to have been sitting here. This is, of course, my kitchen. We were supposed to
We
have
still
been.
haven't found a location yet.
Well, I think it's going to end up being in my office.
Well, right.
If
it's
I
just,
can
it's
just
not.
get it
It's
cleaned up
disheveled.
enough.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
so we were supposed to be sitting here on Saturday interviewing Josh Dolan, the
Yep.
founder of the Peeps Foundation in Lexington. And we were super excited about that. I mean, Josh is not only just this like angelic person here on this earth, but
love
he's
him
also
so
a
much.
great friend of ours.
Yeah.
And we were really looking forward to having him in town.
It would have been a blast.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I think some of the most fun that we have with him, honestly, is our texting conversations.
Oh my
when
gosh,
we go
if
back
people
and
could
forth.
see our text.
Huh?
If people could see our text.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, we have polar opposite barns.
oh my gosh.
I mean, it like
yeah.
polar opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We call ourselves the nursing home.
Yeah.
And he's got a bit more of an active environment
Active
going on.
community. He's got like a frat house.
He does have a
Yeah,
frat
he
house.
has a frat house.
Yes.
And we have a retirement community.
Yeah.
But it's good.
Oh my gosh. I
fun.
wouldn't train it for a thing, but here you look at two, rescues who are very similar with our goals and our reasons that we're out here. And it's just very different. It's not one is better than the other, but at any rate, so
I mean, although I do think like if he walked into our barn, he would be like,
I got.
I could do
nap.
this. I could do
should
this
take a nap.
blindfolded. Like I could take care of these horses blindfolded.
Well, you know what? You probably
take care of them. Do it.
Okay, so just for a pause, I see a stink bug up
No,
there.
Mom, you don't see a stink bug. There's like 50. Look over there. Yeah.
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 You know
Yeah.
what?
And a wasp.
And they're going to be going away because it's getting colder out.
Okay. Well,
And
but-
so the little bit of research that we know on stink bugs,
is they go away.
yeah, and I think they've only been in the United States for a few years. I
Well,
think
I feel
less
like
than
it's-
10 years.
Oh, I was going to say, I feel like I've only seen them for the past like
3.
since we've lived here.
I agree. But I think they've been around longer. I don't know.
But the
anyway,
problem is I see where they're coming in. Like we could fix the problem.
of course we could go put duct tape up there. I mean, like our doors are not even
I mean,
aren't even
it looks
closed.
it's
You see
just-
daylight coming
No,
in.
I know that. That's what I'm
So
looking at.
yeah, I get
feel like
where
I've
they're
got them
coming
on.
in, but they will be. The cold's coming. They're going to be dying out.
Yeah.
Life will
I
be.
don't actually know where they go. Do they die or do they
I think they come inside, and I literally think that they like hibernate during the winter
in our
your
house? In our house.
I think so.
Where?
Anywhere they want to go.
Oh my god.
So be careful.
Hibernate
Like
in our house.
Under your pillow. But I do think that they just kind of sleep for the winter. This is one of those things that I could be making up. Like, I don't know.
No, I think you're definitely making up. Mom, I think they know where to come in, and I think they leave.
No, they stay.
But where are they in our Christmas tree?
Maybe.
No.
No, Belle. I think I read that they come inside and they stay.
I know, but like, where did you read that?
I don't know. Oh my God. I was just I know where it was. It was on that neighborhood news. There was a thing on stink
Next
bugs.
door?
Yes.
Oh.
So that's where we get our information.
Okay, so one of our neighbors is fake news.
Maybe.
Yeah, no, they are.
Well, we don't know.
Okay, but
Because we
Mom,
don't know the answer.
Okay, but like, do you see stink bugs in here like in January?
No, that's what I'm saying.
I know, but like,
sleep. I think they are asleep. I think it's like they hibernate. And then
what, in our boxwoods up there? You think
Maybe.
someone's just gonna attach on and be like, this is
I don't
I'm
know.
here
No.
until I know you don't know.
And I'm not an entomologist, so I don't know. I'm only going off of what I think I've read.
Well,
Okay.
let's pray that they're not
So let's put a
hibernating.
pin on the stink bugs, okay?
Okay.
Because it interrupted our conversation on Josh, and that's what I want to get back to. So the reason that
okay.
he couldn't
Oh,
come
yeah.
was because he had a horse get sick.
Yep.
And so
Which is like the case 9 times out of 10. When
nine
we
times
wanna
out
do
of 10,
something.
we say we're going out of town, and everybody's like, my stomach hurts.
Who's next?
Yeah.
Who hasn't been sick? Who needs a little attention?
Yep. Somebody gets sick. So that happened to him, and our conversation with him, it's the way it goes. You plan on going out of town, and one of the horses or two of the horses or three of the horses are going to get sick. So he had to cancel, and we'll
understand.
have him. He'll come back.
Yeah.
We've already
Hopefully soon.
we've already talked
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
So so Josh will be back. We'll get the whole scoop on the Peeps Foundation and
All your questions about dwarfs.
all of your questions
Because, I mean, we have dwarfs, but like he is the man.
I never claimed to be an expert about
No.
anything in the first place.
Oh, gosh, no.
But certainly dwarfs, if you want to go to the be-all, end-all guy about...
End all be all.
End-all, be-all.
Be all end all.
The be-all, end-all.
End all be all.
End-all. End-all, be-all. You go to Josh.
Yeah.
So we'll have him back. We'll
Yeah.
talk about his cute little farm. How many times have we been there? 3, 4?
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, enough that we know what it's like.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we've seen it. We've been there. It's an amazing place.
You were trampled by Larry.
I was trampled by Larry the llama. There's that lives with me,
Which was my fault.
which was your fault. You handed the bag of food to me,
Well,
and
I
Larry's like,
I'll take her down.
hand it over.
She looks like an easy target.
Yeah. So
Yep.
down I went. Okay. So that's Josh. He'll come.
So he'll be back.
We'll have him back,
Yeah.
and we'll get all of your questions answered. So with him canceling, that left us with a really wide open schedule for the weekend, because we
Totally
had
wide open.
everything planned to
Yeah.
do with him, and it was going to be a lot of fun. It was a beautiful weekend. We were going to go to the
Stunning.
winery. We were going to go.
It was like a summer weekend. Mm-hmm. It was like 80 degrees.
Yeah, we had a really nice dinner out planned, and just a lot of fun. So, so that left us with, you know, a lot of free time, which we normally don't get. I would say you get, but I would say I don't get.
I have free time all the time.
Yes, I would say I would agree with that. You have a lot of free time that you can.
I know, but I'm with you so much.
I know,
Okay.
but
But I consider
but
like,
how many times when we're together are you watching me do whatever is the work?
well, I don't mind.
I mean, you're just like, what are we doing, Mom? And I'll tell you, and you'll just be like sitting here watching while I do something.
I know, but I just like hanging out with you.
No, and I love hanging out with
Oh,
you,
okay.
but so the free time is just kind of a little bit, you know.
I know. It's fun though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we did some leaf raking over the weekend.
Oh my God.
Remember how quickly that tired you out?
Minutes.
I know.
Minutes.
I
It was
think
like a
if you-
workout.
Yeah, and I think if you, you know, Google how many calories you burn raking leaves, say for an hour?
I wouldn't rake leaves for an hour.
Well, a lot of people do.
I know,
especially
Mom.
in the fall.
I know, but
But I'm curious. I don't know what that number is.
probably a lot because I was exhausted.
I would say raking leaves for an hour.
I'd say probably 200.
I would say 200, maybe plus. That's
Depends
good.
on how hard you're raking.
Yeah, it does. So
My
anyway, so
effort
we raked
level
leaves. You got tired.
minimal.
It makes your shoulders sore. Makes your hands sore. Like I get blisters. I do.
Get a blister.
I do. That's
Okay.
why my hands look like the way they do. I look like I, work.
Caveman.
Well, I don't look like a caveman, but I do look like I work out in the cold, with
You look
cement
like you work
and
out-
concrete and asphalt, and I never wear gloves.
Nor do you fix them.
No, I always try to.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Okay. So that was that.
That was that. And then we also,
Are you sure we rake leaves on the weekend?
I also put up the Christmas tree.
Yeah, it's up. And it's on. Mm-hmm. Who turned it on?
I did.
Oh.
I like it on.
No,
There's a thing about that. And my mom used to always say, sometimes you got to make hay when the sun shines.
and we had a free time. And by we, I mean you.
Yeah.
And you put the tree up.
So I put the tree
Which
up.
usually, okay, so our white tree is up.
And our white tree is definitely our B-string tree.
Oh, totally.
You know.
But it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more of a decorative tree. Our green tree is massive. I mean, massive.
Yeah.
And it's a production to put it up.
Yes.
Put all of the
It
ornaments
takes
on.
3 days, really,
yeah.
to do that tree.
I feel like that took you an hour.
It took me 2 hours.
Oh.
And I put it up by myself.
And I also feel like the bow at the top's falling.
That's because Dad put the bow on. That was the only thing. I was like, Dave, can you
Put the bow on.
put the bow on? That was the day he was mad at me about the undercarriage of my car. So it wasn't
That's-
a great
Yeah,
time
no, it wasn't, no.
to ask him to put the bow up. But he basically took the bow
And
and,
went-
no, because he couldn't quite reach it. Because
Yeah, I see that
the
he
only
couldn't
ladder
quite
that I
reach
took
it.
out was the ladder that I use in my closet. I didn't even have a
oh.
ladder. I had a
Yeah. Step
3-step
Yeah.
stool.
I know,
And-
but it's like a good.
So
10
he took
inches
it
from the
and he
top.
bent the pipe cleaner just partially around it, and then bent it partially. And I'm like, David, you have to twist it, tie
Yeah.
it at the back.
No.
And he goes, yeah, I'll do that. I have to get a bigger ladder. That I promise you will
It won't-
never
no,
happen.
no,
we will
no.
celebrate Christmas with the bow
Halfway
leaning
down the
forward like
tree.
it's looking at its toes.
No, Mom, it's not leaning. I mean, it's like,
It's sliding.
oh my, it's sliding.
It's okay.
It's sliding.
So anyway, it's
Anyway,
up.
free time.
So the tree's up.
Rake leaves.
I had already made a decision in my mind. The green tree is so much work, but I do it because I love it and I love to have it up,
Yep.
and our kids love it. And when our family comes over, everyone
And
loves
all the
it, and
ornaments.
especially the little kids. Just literally, you can stand in front of our tree forever and look at all the ornaments, because the ornaments are stuff that you guys made when you were little.
Mm-hmm.
There's stuff that we have gotten from vacations.
Mm-hmm.
They're gifts from friends. So everything about
There's
that
good
tree
stuff.
has meaning.
Yeah, from when I was. I mean, there's those ornaments. It says Mom, Dad, Spencer.
Yeah.
So before
Like the
I was
little
even
dough
alive.
ornaments,
Yeah.
But I just feel like 2020 has
doesn't
been
deserve
a
that
difficult
tree.
year,
It
and I
doesn't deserve
just
it.
didn't have it in me to put it up.
So now we have a.
Oh, so the other thing too is that my bow, I usually go to great lengths. I go to 3 French hens, and I buy gorgeous ribbon, and I make a bow. And this one, I was like, I'm going to Michael's.
Yeah.
And I bought my ribbon at Michael's, and I put that up.
And now it's
my-
sliding down the tree.
And my tree skirt, which the tree skirt that we have for the other one is the tree skirt we've had for 23 years. And it didn't go
Might
with
need
this.
a facelift.
I went to Lowe's and I bought a tree skirt.
I actually don't think it looks bad.
It's okay.
Oh.
But you know what? My point is that nothing about the tree just really,
It's just a tree.
sadly.
I mean, it's pretty though.
Yeah.
Looks nice.
All right. So let's talk about what's been going on at the barn.
Eleanor,
She's big news.
she is big news.
I don't even know when she got sick anymore. It seemed like we just went from
No,
horse
she
to
was
horse for a while.
Yeah, but she was definitely sick when we recorded the last episode. I mean, she was at Mid Rivers because she's been back.
she was in the clinic.
Yeah, she was at
that's right. She was at the clinic.
Been here.
Yeah, so here's the thing, you guys, and I may have touched what?
You guys just nothing.
I can't say that.
No, it just makes me laugh.
Oh, here's the thing,
You guys.
Okay.
Okay.
And I may have touched upon this the last time. I don't remember, but one of the things that downright scared me about bringing these horses home when we were boarding them was the fact that everyone said, you'll know your horse. You'll know your horse. And I was like, I don't know that I'm going to know the horse. I don't know that I'm going to know when something's wrong with them. And if you're a good owner,
You know your horse.
you're around your horse and you know them. I mean, you know when laying down is laying down out of comfort and relaxation versus pain or discomfort. So at any rate, it did not take a rocket scientist to know that Eleanor was sick. I mean, she had diarrhea.
Everywhere.
She was everywhere. Bless her heart.
It was everywhere.
Yeah. So we took her into the clinic.
And it looked like it was so bad, and it looked like she had literally lost 50 pounds.
I know.
And
a horse can do that.
I know, but she was so skinny before she had Teddy. And then once Teddy was born, we, we're like, we got to put weight back on Eleanor because she was so underweight. And then Dr. Hoover was just at the barn. And I was like, look how good she looks. She almost looks fat.
I know.
She looks
looked
so
healthy.
good. Yeah. And then she got sick, and I'm like even after Allie had cleaned out her stall and she was like, hey, I think you should come check on Eleanor. And I went into the barn and I was like, oh my God, there was nothing to her.
Yeah.
So boom, just like that.
And that can happen. I mean, a horse
yeah.
can drop weight so fast, just a long trailer ride and they can lose a lot of weight. So in she went to the clinic. We took Teddy because we weren't sure what was, going on with her. And we thought,
she's going to be stressed out.
is she going to, stay there? Is she going to need Teddy to avoid stress? Does he need her? We didn't know.
Yeah.
And so we were advised to bring him in. So we did. And then once we got there, she went straight into isolation. Isolation is really hard, you guys, because you cannot touch and handle a horse that's in isolation and you don't know how contagious they are, if they are, and then go into the next stall over and handle a horse.
So she's in this cinder block.
So it's basically a cinder block room. And she can't see, so everything is just
she's just looking
walls.
around. Actually, she wasn't even looking around. She was looking at the floor. I mean, she was so sick.
She was so sick.
Yeah.
And so all of the the vet techs, anybody that's in the room has to wear these plastic coatings on their feet so their shoes aren't touching the shavings, and gloves, of course, and gowns, and everything is protected. So the decision was made that at the risk of Teddy getting sick, we bring him home.
Yeah.
So we did. And I thought he did amazingly well on the trailer ride home.
Oh, yeah. He was, you know what? So how we trailer
The
Eleanor,
smallest.
the smallest is we put them in Martha's van, which is a small little Ford Transit Connect thing. And so
that we purposely customized for horses.
So, but the problem is that when the minis or whoever is in the back, the middle section, there's this little lip for the door. And so if two are in there, Teddy and Eleanor, which I guess are the only two that are ever together, right up there, they always fall off into that little ridge. And so it always sounds catastrophic back there.
It sounds like they're
someone's
wiping
always
out left and
falling.
right.
So someone's falling down. And so when Teddy came back just on his own, he was, he stood in the middle and he didn't move.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know what? He did a really good job. We got home and we immediately took him outside to play with the dwarfs to kind of keep his mind off of things.
Yeah.
And I think he did really well. He cried,
He totally cried. But so we brought him home, and then we were like, okay, I guess he's weaned. I mean, Dr. Hoover was like, no, he's weaned. Like, he's not going back with Eleanor. Mm-hmm. I don't know how long she's going to be here, and this is it. He's getting weaned. But we were able to do that because he has eaten Eleanor's food ever since he could figure out how to chew. And so there wasn't this learning curve of, we need to transition him from milk onto grain or onto hay.
Right.
He needs to learn that simply wasn't the case.
It's almost as if the milk was his supplement.
Totally.
As a baby.
Totally.
We don't know how much she was producing, but as soon as he could start to mouth things, which was within the first week, he was mouthing her food, and we wet it down.
Everything, yeah.
So everything was just very conducive for him to be able to eat it if he did.
Yeah. So it was no big deal bringing him home. The hardest part we knew was going to be him crying, getting acclimated with the dwarfs.
Yeah.
And he was fine. I mean,
he was fine.
On the food front, he was fine.
Yeah, the food front, he was fine. He cried when he was outside, but honestly, I really do think that by the time he went to sleep that night, he was settled. Yeah. He was quiet.
Oh, he was totally fine.
I do.
Yeah,
I think
which is sad.
It's so sad.
But it was good. It's not like he would cry a couple times, but I
think he adjusted beautifully.
Yeah, and I think because the dwarfs are right there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like company, even though they hate him.
Well, it's not that they hate him. It's that Eleanor was such a protective mother that she would go after them. I mean, she would lean her head over that stall divider
and bite him.
Bite Baker and bite Martha. Not so much Booker, I feel like. Maybe he was just always out of the way.
Yeah, but Booker can't get his head over.
Yeah. So anyway, so the dwarfs really were very anti-Teddy. They're like, we're not going to go near him because we always get hurt whenever we try to see him.
Yeah. But then also, when we put Teddy with the dwarfs, Teddy's like, oh, let me lick you, let me nurse on you, are you my mother? Like, who are you? And they're
he wanted to be friendly.
Yeah, and he's like, and they're like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
No.
Bug off.
Yeah.
So Martha just doesn't even give him the time of day.
No.
Because she was the one that Eleanor would go after
Eleanor
the most.
hated her the most. I mean, Eleanor would, spot her outside and pin her up against the fence and attack her. Yeah. Now, people are going to come after Eleanor.
Eleanor's not doing anything bad. She was a protective mother.
She was very protective.
She wasn't doing anything wrong.
And I think she was doing that to Martha because she was a mare. And she was like, get away from my baby.
And Martha loves babies.
She loves babies. But
not anymore.
Well, no, definitely not. I mean, she doesn't even look at him.
And then Baker is just like... Baker has just turned into this like...
It's the only thing that Bakey's done wrong.
Yeah. And he always goes for his leg. Like he wants to just
all of them.
snap it.
But they're so short. That's the only thing they can go after is their legs.
So Teddy is learning to adjust to his new big boy world. And right now it doesn't include friends.
But he's great with the dogs. Yeah. He's great with the puppies.
And that was all. We worked on that while Eleanor was gone.
Yeah, we were like, no. You're friends with the puppies. These are your friends.
Because she was always, how many times has she been handsome? 2 or 3 times.
I mean.
So, we had a chance to socialize him without her. And you know what? It's going to get better with the dwarves. We're leaving that door open during the day. They're in and out.
Totally
they're together in the morning.
They just need to get used to him.
It'll
he
get
needs
better.
to learn to stop licking them. It'll be fine.
Don't try to nurse on him anymore.
Poor teddy bears.
So while we were busy trying to socialize him at home, Eleanor was busy trying to get better. And, at the onset, it was really tough. She was diagnosed with colitis. And
but we didn't know. We were afraid that she had a virus.
Yeah.
We
were very scared that it was something that was going to go through the barn.
And thank God it wasn't. She did have colitis, and her numbers kept changing, and then her kidneys were an issue.
Daily. It was as if she would take 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Yeah. 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
1 step forward, 2 steps back?
I think.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm doing all my little...
backwards.
That's
okay. 2020. Okay, so anyway, so Eleanor's home.
Yeah.
She moved in with Molly and Banks.
Which is her old stallmates.
Yeah. I call it the basement, but they're in the girls' barn down below.
And explain why.
Because Teddy, now he's weaned, he can't see Eleanor. And if he were to, it would be terrible. And Eleanor would be like, there's my baby, there's my mom. And the whole weaning process would have to be restarted.
Like, we just don't want to upset the apple cart.
No.
I mean,
And
everything's
she
good.
I wasn't here, but Eleanor is doing great down with Banks and Molly.
Yep.
Molly plotting her demise. That's
Molly.
okay. She's okay.
And Molly was so happy when Eleanor left to have Teddy and we kept her in the garage.
Oh my God.
Molly was like, thank the good Lord.
Whatever I did worked, and she's gone. And after Eleanor had Teddy, and we brought them back into the barn, and Molly saw her. I mean, she was like, that's a ghost. I mean, she was like, no, you were dead.
Yeah.
You were gone.
Yeah.
And you're back.
Banks was
A stallion.
Yeah.
Oh
I mean,
my God.
it
It was tragically tragic taking Eleanor back into the barn for the first time.
I think I have that on video when they saw each other for the first time.
We were like, shut it off, take them out. It was like the barn was coming down.
It did.
Yeah.
It did. The whole barn was like,
she's back. You know? She's back. But anyway, Eleanor's in the barn. She's doing great. Yeah. She's done with her medicine. She got her blood drawn today. So we'll see how her numbers are. I don't know if they're bad, if that means she has to get back on medicine.
Maybe.
But she's fine.
She seems fine. I think she's
fine. She needs to gain some weight back, but
she's doing really well.
Yeah. She can't see Teddy. She has to walk through the field to get turned out.
Yep. And that's okay.
No, that's fine.
You know?
And they look so cute down in that barn.
They really do.
You know what? It's really good for all of them to like have a rotation through that and kind of get humbled.
Even like Poppy and Millie that are in the barn now. Of course, Toasty moved into the barn to be with Stanley once we lost M. Yep. And Poppy and Millie are in the barn now. And like for them to have like, oh, I really like this automatic water.
God,
like this is water? Always
like it's just
it's always there. It's always good. It never runs out. It's cold. That is good. They have neighbors.
This nice little tight quarters to sleep in, and it's not like
it's like it's warmer up here. You know,
I'm with friends.
I know.
We can talk to people.
But you know
talk
what?
To horses.
Those girls are going to have to go back out probably in January. You know, we'll bring Eleanor.
Oh yeah,
back.
they're fighters. They're survivors.
They're survivors.
Yes,
they're just much
and they're fighters.
Hardier.
But they're oh no, they can they look like hamsters in the winter. We're like, you're going outside.
Yeah, they're hardier.
To the basement. You go.
So it's been a week.
Oh,
you know, it's been a week.
Yeah.
We went through Stanley, Sherman, and Eleanor. And Eleanor was Stanley and Eleanor were the worst.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that's done.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. Okay, what else do we have going on? We have 2 top secret projects that we're working on.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to love them. Mm-hmm. And we'll be able to make an announcement soon.
Okay, but like not that soon because we want to make sure that we can like get everything.
Yeah.
So I know you like to tell people, but
well, I like to just let people know that there's things that we're working on.
I
think people get energized and you know.
No, I know, but like
we had our barn meeting,
right? But closer to our release date, our launch.
All right.
Martha's cookie right there.
Yeah, Martha's cookie. So, what is today's date? The 14th. Halloween's coming up. Mm-hmm. We are doing customized Halloween goodie bags for
custom Halloween buckets.
Yeah, they turned into be buckets. Oh, we should have picked a bucket up.
Well,
at any rate,
we got a whole stack of them behind
you guys,
the camera.
This is super cute. Okay, so this is a little Martha cookie. We have a baker in town.
I thought you meant like we have a baker cookie coming, like bakey. Like
we have a baker as in a profession. who also happens to be a friend. She's in town. She always makes our cookies no matter what. She made the cookies for your wedding.
Yeah, I mean, she's insanely talented.
Unbelievably. So this says Martha on
right,
it.
but it wasn't even, she was a teacher. It wasn't even her job.
No, she was a teacher for 25,
and
30 years.
And she's like, yeah, I like to bake cookies. I'm like, what do you mean you like to? I mean,
She's
this is like
incredibly talented.
unbelievable.
So
like, look at the little pink on her nose. Yeah.
So every child is going to get a Martha cookie. And then it turned out when we picked up the candy for the treat bags, I'm like, oh my gosh, now all this stuff isn't going to fit in a cute little cellophane bag with a ribbon.
Right, but it could have had we gotten like just those giant like bags that people get for Halloween and just dump them into a bucket.
I didn't want that.
No, I know that.
Yeah.
So we got like the Mac Daddy.
It's like the movie theater.
Yeah, but like
treats.
also some really good stuff. I mean, kids are gonna flip. They're gonna love
Yeah.
it. Oh yeah, here comes a bucket.
Yeah, see, it helps to have an audience.
It does help to have an audience. Thanks, May. Okay, so here's our bucket.
So every child that
It's
has
going to get
whose mom has ordered
and they
one or
have
dad has
no
ordered
idea that this is coming.
one. No.
None.
And we'll fill it up with a bunch of fluff
Yeah.
because we have that kind of stuff. And then
cookies
all of the treats. I mean, we have a gazillion things to go in there. It's going to be fun. Pickup is tomorrow.
Oh, pickups tomorrow.
Yeah.
Says who?
I already put it out there. It's on the story. The pickup's tomorrow. Belle, why do I want to keep this stuff around here?
No, it's just we have a lot to make.
It's okay.
Oh, okay.
We'll be fine.
Oh, okay.
See, this is why, like, when you know, we talk about the level of busyness,
Yeah.
because you're going to be like,
I'm too
that's
busy.
too much.
It's too much.
Like, I can't do that
I know,
much.
but like if you were like, oh, pickups, like what day is today? Wednesday? If you were like pickups on Friday.
No, it's tomorrow.
Well, but then like you go ahead and you.
Somehow Handsome's okay, so I don't know how he got out, and that's probably
So this is
why
what
the
happens
dogs
when
were-
we do a podcast in our kitchen.
Yeah.
Not.
He's going to open the door any
He's
second.
gonna. Oh, I think it'll be great for the video. Just let him open the door.
At any rate, so
Any
that's
rate.
what Dave did. When I heard all the dogs barking,
Oh, yeah, he just threw
let
him
him
outside.
outside. Okay, so that's not good.
It's a tip.
Okay, so let's move on. I just want to talk about, you know,
time
for
is
the
it?
last,
What time is it?
3:37. So for the last few minutes, let's just talk about something that we get. Well, there he is. He just came in. He just came in. Okay.
Okay.
So I
mean,
don't think
door-
I can close the door. So
I can't close the
we're
door.
just letting. Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it? I'm gonna just take this off and I'm gonna go close the door because otherwise we'll have stink bugs in the house.
Okay, they're already
Okay, so
here.
you know what? You're on your own.
Oh,
Keep them going.
what am I? I don't even know what we're talking about.
Oh, all the emails that we get about.
Oh my gosh. So Stace gets about, what do you think, 5-10 emails a day about someone wanting to buy a miniature horse
Yeah.
or a dwarf. They see, well, or purchasing Martha or any of our minis.
Yeah. Well, I should say we had people from all over the world wanting to buy Martha.
Yeah.
We've had people from all over the world wanting to buy Teddy. And
Wanting to buy all of them.
yeah. And it's an ongoing challenge that we have. I mean, here we are, this
It's
educational barn,
Saying-
and we work really hard to try to get the word out there that miniature horses
are tough. They're difficult.
They're a lot of work.
They're a lot of work, and they're not just a pet. But the problem is that they are cute and they are fun, and we put out so much cute content, and so people are like, "Oh my God, they're so fun! I love them." So it's kind of a
But here's the thing,
double-edged sword.
you know what? They're only viewed as they're so cute by people who don't follow us. Like when we just
Totally.
pop up in their feed
Yeah.
and they're like, oh my
God.
gosh, where do I
Or,
get one?
You know, like random, like viral or like horse
Jukin and
accounts,
Viral Hog and all that
those
stuff whenever
accounts,
they-
like on Facebook, will just post a video, and so then it really goes out to just anybody, and those are the people that are like,
Yeah.
where do I get one? This
Yeah.
is perfect, and tag
So-
people.
so
and
we get
that turns
emails-
into a nightmare.
And by we, I mean me.
Yeah, not me.
Get emails all the time asking about,
Are they for sale?
can I buy a horse?
Where can I find
adopt a
one?
horse? And so for the most part, honestly, these are people that have no idea about horses. And you can tell this by their one sentence request to me.
Yeah.
How can I buy a horse?
Where do I get one?
That's it. How can I buy a
Where do
horse?
I get one?
Where do I get one? How much?
So no.
And so,
How much do they usually cost?
how
How
much do they
you
cost?
pay?
So, I answer everyone because I think that's only polite. And I will tell them that we are a sanctuary and our horses live with us for their life, and that they can try their local rescue. Now, I don't suggest that they try their local rescue if I think that they are someone that knows
Right.
absolutely nothing.
Right.
But
And there's
when-
a lot of, well, not a lot, but there are
Some.
not a fair amount, some that message you and it's like, I've had horses all my life and this is what I do.
Yes.
And just really give you a big backstory.
Yes.
And then, okay, they have horses, they do horses, and they are doing the right thing by reaching out with questions, looking for help, wanting a miniature horse, wanting to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And then, of course, but those are very
and
few
those are
far
the
between.
people that I can applaud, that they want to rescue a mini from somewhere, and I will point them in the direction of their local rescue group, or depending on where they are, I may even know some of the groups around the country. But again, it's something that we battle all the time. People do not understand. Even horse people, I will say this.
Totally.
Even horse people don't understand that these horses are cared for differently. And I will say this too. An equine vet is not an equine vet. One does not equal another. We are so lucky that we have a facility that has miniature horse experience, because we usually go between Dr. Hoover, Dr. Murad. Those are our two go-to. If they're not available, any number of the other vets in that clinic can still come out here and
Definitely.
know what they're doing and understand the differences in treating a miniature horse. And they also have the equipment that you need. Okay, so that's such a big thing. A lot of equine vets don't have a small tube to put in a mini's nose, and tube them. And they can really damage them, and they don't understand how to.
And that's frightening to think that
It really is. And
that there's a vet that would
it's true.
think, oh, I think this might be okay.
Yeah,
well,
but you know what? I don't
it's gonna
know.
Be okay, it probably
I
isn't.
don't know how much training they get, if any at all, on miniature horses when they're
I don't
in
know either.
veterinary school.
No, I have no idea. But
That's a good question for when Dr. Hoover's on.
but we are so lucky that we have them, Dawn and Dawn.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, the two Dawns. So anyway, it's just something that I think is interesting. People, write to us daily about wanting to get one, adopt one, buy one. And
Unfortunately, there are some people that, not saying you shut them down, but you kind of have to tell them what it's like, how it is, and maybe that they aren't the right fit, or they should go take riding lessons. And of course some people don't. They're like, well, I just want to buy, I don't really care what you have to say. Just tell me where I can buy one.
oh yeah, there's some that that aren't going to make a difference. But, I would say for as large as our audience is, the percentage that we get wanting to buy one or own one that don't know what they're talking about is minuscule. I mean, I do think that we are making some progress out there in the world with people understanding
And
that
there's
miniature
that
horses are
one-
different.
I mean, there's always plenty of people that reach out to you about minis or dwarfs or whatever. But there is that one woman who she's like, I have no horse experience, and she came across like a post about a mini, and she's like, "Hey, do you think their feet are too long?"
Oh my gosh,
Just like
that
the fact that this
made my day,
I
my
know.
week, my month, my everything. So she was in Canada, and it was a follower, a fan, and she said, she messaged me with a picture, and she said, I saw this pony in a field, and she said, I just don't think that his feet look right. I think they look long from what I've learned from you. And she said, I don't know anything about horses. She sent me a picture, and I'm like, congratulations. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. That pony is in pain. Its feet were atrocious. And not only did she identify it, but I believe that it was called the Royal Canadian Protective Association or something like that she reached out to and took that step to help that little horse.
Yeah, that's incredible.
It is incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just remarkable. And it makes us feel good when people learn and know to do things. And
that somebody is, of course we like see all the comments of how much people love our stuff, but there's a difference between just loving our account and learning and applying things from our account. And so that was really special.
it is. It's really special when somebody learns that. And she's not the only one. I mean, we've received many
that's just the first
many
one that always
emails
comes to my
about
head.
that. So so that makes us happy that we're hopefully doing a little bit of good, for these horses that are out there. Did you just yawn?
No.
Oh, I thought you just yawned.
Did I?
I feel like you just suppressed a yawn.
Well, that could be.
So Belle's tired. Normally when she films me doing the reading with the horses, sometimes you fall asleep. Sometimes you get...
Well, today when we filmed, I was yawning the entire time, but they can't see me, so that doesn't matter. But I have fallen asleep before. But
So I feel like we probably have to wrap it up because I don't want you to go to sleep while we're doing this. So
I hit like a threshold,
I know.
I also didn't have a Diet Coke.
So here's the thing. So our next episode is actually going to be with a guest.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Do you want to tell them who it's going to be?
No, Mom, you do.
All right. So the guest is actually going to be the man behind R&R Ranch, Miniature Horse Sanctuary.
Yep.
And that would be my husband,
My dad.
your father, your father-in-law, your uncle. That is going to be our guest. A lot of people are very curious about him. They're very curious about how this whole thing works and how it is that he's okay with it. And so we'll just bring him on and we'll let him tell you.
Yeah, I mean,
And he's interesting.
He
Besides
is.
just talking about that, he's interesting.
he is interesting.
He's kind of our.
He's got
He's our
an
go-to.
abundance of knowledge
Yeah.
about.
I mean, he
anything.
definitely is. If you were, what was that show that Regis Philbin did? It was
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. He would definitely be your call if you had one call.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
anything. I'm like, I'll call Dad. Let me call Dad. Let's call Dad.
Old man Yeti decided.
Yeah. So,
he would know
Dad,
these.
where did these microphones come? And any product or anything that has a name, it's Old Man.
Yeah.
Like, Dad, who came up with Oreos? Well, Old Man Nabisco. And I don't even know if that's like a
Old man
person.
Hershey.
Oh,
Back in the day when
Yeah.
when he was making chocolate for the army, you know,
yeah,
I mean,
Old
he
Man
would,
Hershey. Yeah. Yeah.
So we're
So
gonna
he'll
have
be here.
We're gonna have him here,
Yeah.
and we're gonna purposefully. Let's think of some questions that will make him say "old man,"
Yeah. Like,
like "old man Litzinger," you know?
yeah. Like, Dad,
Street.
what's the history of St. Louis?
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
it
old
was
man.
farming. Old
yeah.
Man Litzinger, Old Man Warson.
So Dave's going to be our first guest. I think that's pretty fitting.
I think,
And,
I mean, he would have been our second guest.
He would have
but-
been our second guest. Josh was going to be our first one,
Yeah,
but
now he might be the second.
but Dad's going to be our first one.
Yep.
Josh will come in, and
He'll be sometime.
and it'll be sometime.
We
so
don't know how to like zoom in somebody.
we have to figure out how.
I know, but like we don't. Yeah, but that might like we're filming on an iPhone.
I know we still have to figure out how to do it.
I know, but I'm saying like our level is.
Well, that's okay.
Okay.
I mean, it's working.
Oh, yeah. It's
I mean, if you were to say that and there was an Apple person out there listening, they would like send us
iPhones?
mail. No.
Oh.
I mean, Apple, their iPhone product is like the top of the line. Like
okay, then go work for Apple.
Huh?
Go work for Apple.
I don't want to go work for Apple.
Well,
I'm just saying that you probably have just, Tim Cook is probably, can somebody find out who this R&R Ranch people are? Because
I just want to send them some iPhones.
No, because
I'm
they're
gonna
throwing
send
some
them
shade on taping their podcast with an iPhone is what I'm saying.
I see. I thought you were going to be like, oh my God, like that video is so good. They're filming it on an iPhone. And I just said we're filming it on an iPhone. And he's going to be like, wow, send him some iPhones.
No, because
the
way you
opposite.
said it
Well,
was
we're filming
it
on an
was
iPhone.
like, we don't know what we're doing. We're filming on an iPhone.
But it's nothing about the iPhone. It's the fact that we're filming it on a phone and not like a camera.
Bingo. Like it's a bad thing.
Well, no, it's a like an elementary thing, I think.
Okay, and that's what
It's
I'm
a
saying.
beginner
Apple
thing.
will disagree with you.
Okay, fine. Let him disagree with me.
Okay, well, it's a great product, honey.
Call
I
me
don't
Tim.
think, huh?
Call me Tim. I'll talk to him.
There's nothing
He's not gonna
wrong
call.
with filming. Weddings are filmed on iPhones.
Mom,
Professionally
we have
done.
it. Okay, because people can't see, it's on a tripod in our kitchen on 3 TV trays.
And you know what? That's okay.
I know it's okay.
Because we're going to say,
Yeah.
back in the day, oh
We
my God, do
filmed
you
on
remember
TV
when we were in the
trays.
kitchen
Yeah.
and we were on TV trays
Yeah.
with things and
Yeah.
and we got some toy boxes holding up the light ring over here.
Hey, at least we got the lights.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what?
What?
Given that situation and that situation, the headphones and the
Yeah.
microphone, I mean,
It's
are
good.
No, it's great. I mean,
And,
we
and,
are.
and then we're going to see. Do you remember that day when Handsome came in through the back door
He
while we
just
were
opened
filming?
up the door.
Remember when
Yeah.
Dad let the dogs out while
Yeah,
we were
remember when
filming?
we said, Dad, can you watch Handsome? And you put him in the backyard. Yeah.
We heard Sheldon lose his mind.
Yep.
Everybody else will probably hear it.
Yep.
All right, you guys.
Okay.
You know
Well,
what?
that's enough
You know
for
us. We're just a mom and a daughter,
Rambling.
not knowing what we're doing.
Yep.
And
It's
so
fine.
we're having fun. We are enjoying our time completely.
Yep.
And that's it. I think we will just close it right here. R&R Ranch Round Up with Stacy and Belle.
R&R Ranch Round Up out.
We are out. We love you guys, and we will see you next
Talk
time.
to you next time.
Bye-bye.